So today I'm going to show you how to model this connecting rod here in exercise 3 problem A. This is our multi-view drawing describing the part. We got a section view there, and then we have a nice 3D image showing us the details of the part. So recognizing things to recognize about this before you start is that there is a plane of symmetry here upon this center line. So theoretically, if I model the top half, I could then mirror it down to get the bottom half, and then my model would be complete. I'm going to keep that in mind as I model this. And then the other thing that you should recognize is this is an extrude problem, and the part's going to be created using the boss extrude base function in Solidworks. I got a couple different thicknesses here. This is 35. This side over here is 22, and then this intermediate thickness is not directly called out, but I can recognize that there's a full radius on this side, radius of 8 right here, and that from the 3D image I could see that that full radius defines actually the thickness of my middle of my connecting rod. So let's start by modeling and creating a new part. I'm going to select a plane arbitrarily. Let's select the right plane, sketch and sketch, and I'm going to start this off by doing 2 circles. Let's put some dimensions on this circle. First, my units. Let's make sure I'm in mmgs because this is a metric part. So go back in. This is a 62 diameter part, and this is a 50 diameter radius there. And then what I'm going to do is draw a vertical line from there to there, horizontal line from there to there, snapping, and then I'm going to do a little trim. And there I got my first profile that I want to create, and I want to extrude this not blindly but mid-plane, a thickness of 35. So this is my first step. Again, what I just modeled is the top half of this protrusion right there that's going the thickness, right? So that's the little part that I did. The second part I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to this side and draw this end of the connecting rod. So again, the same plane, right plane, sketch, sketch. I'm going to draw a center line from my origin horizontally over to here. I'm going to define this line as 180 millimeters. Let's draw 2 more circles. Let's close up our shape. So we got our closed shape there. Trim the bottom half. Now let's put some dimensions on this. So this top one is a diameter of 32, so this is going to be a radius of 16, and then this one is a diameter of 22, so a radius of 11. So there we have it. There's our second closed shape. Let's go features, extrude boss base. Again, let's go mid-plane. And this one is not 35, this one is 22. There's our little preview of what we're actually doing there. Okay, so the next sketch is by far the most complicated sketch. Let's go right plane, sketch, sketch. And so I'm sketching on my right plane. Oop, wrong button. There we go. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this edge, I'm going to select this edge of my existing part, and I'm going to convert entities and bring those edges into my sketch plane. So you can see that's there, and then there's my sketch plane there. So let's come back in normal. Now I'm going to do a nice rough sketch of what I'm trying to do here. So there's my 2 arcs that are not defined yet, so let's not worry about that. Just kind of pencil them in. This comes down at that angle, and then I got another arc coming into there, and these lines need to be tangent, and I'm going to start putting dimensions. So this dimension is a 50 millimeter arc, this one is a 5 millimeter arc, this thickness here is 22, this arc over here is 20. Let's draw a center line from here over to there. Trim that back. So I trimmed off that little half there so that I got my arc there. And I want this line and that line to be tangent. Okay, so everything's looking nice and good so far. Let's finish up this sketch by, oops, I think I added, no, we're good. I thought I added a constraint that I didn't mean to add. So we got our 2 circles. Let's bring that into here. Let's make these 2 things tangent. Tangent. Then we could come in here and trim, 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 and trim. And remember, we need a closed shape. So I got to close from this side over to that line, and then I got to close from this line over to that line. Okay, so this has a radius of 6. These 2 lines right here are parallel, and let's define the angle. So this angle here is a 3-degree angle. So everything's kind of fallen into place. The overall height of this is, let's say 74 divided by 2 plus 8, because that's a thickness. 8 is the radius, 74 divided by 2. So 74 is my center to center distance, and then plus the radius is 8. So I'm basically modeling, I'm going to extrude this so it's going to be a rounded, it's going to be a sharp edge, and then I can round the corner later. Alright, so from here to here, center point is 100. Okay, we got a little mess up there, but that's fine. And then the other dimension I need to know is from the center point here over to the center point there is 125. So that brings it back. So things are turning black, everything's looking good. This thickness is 5. So everything's black now except for this information. So I need to define that. So the way you do that is that this point right here to this point should be vertical, and that turns everything black. And so you know that that's vertical because of this constraint here. So if you zoom in on this, that start of that angle there is 3 degrees from that. So because it's that 3 degrees, I know that it lines up like that. So now we're fully black, we're fully defined. Let's do extrude boss base. Midplane. Again, remember I said the thickness here is 16. Merge result, click check. Everything's starting to look pretty good. Now I'm going to come in here and do my fillet. So let's do a full face fillet. Blue, purple, pink. There's my preview. That's exactly what I want. Oops. Now I'm going to do the hole. So select this back face, sketch, sketch. Let's draw a circle. This is 10 millimeter hole, and the center point of this hole is going to share the same center point as this arc. So if I make those concentric, now it's black. Features, extrude cut, through all. There's my hole. Now I can come in here and do a chamfer. So the chamfer on this part is 1.5 millimeters by 45 degrees, and it occurs, if I click that start little curve there, it goes all the way across. I want to do this side. Then I also want to do that one and that one. So I get all my chamfers done in one feature. Okay, so basically I'm done at this point. I've done the entire top half of the part. I just need to mirror it over to the bottom half. The way you do that is with the mirror feature, mirror, face, mirror, plane. So I could select my top plane here, or I could actually go in here and select this face, because those 2 planes are coincident. So let's select top plane and bodies to mirror. I'm just going to click the body there. You see a nice preview. Preview. Click the check, and you're done. So that is how you model this first problem here shown in 3A. Oh, material is alloy steel. Let's right-click material, edit material, come down to alloy steel, press apply, close. There we go. Thanks for watching.